Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Abigail and I make videos about special needs and health issues and feeding tubes. I have a G tube and a J tube, two separate tubes. The G tube goes to my stomach just for venting, and the J tube goes to my intestines, and that's where I get my feeds from. Because I have gastroparesis, so my stomach doesn't work right. Also, I was born with a birth defect where some of my insides are in the wrong spot, and I've had to get surgeries to put my insides back in the right place. And we found out I have a hernia again a while back. And instead of getting my hernia fixed because it was too hard of a surgery to do, too dangerous of a surgery, decided that a feeding tube surgery would be better. So I got a feeding tube, and then I recently got my buttons placed. It was like a little earlier this month. Now I'm having trouble with my J tube being too long. So I'm going to have to get a smaller button placed. But they got to order it, and it's got to come in the mail, and then it's this whole process. So with my feeding tube, my J tube being too long, it's been really painful, and I've kind of felt like I have the chills from pain. I have taken my temperature. I have not had a fever, but I've felt like I've had the chills. I don't feel like doing much. When I do get up to do something, I don't normally get up for very long, and then I sit back down. I think it was either today or yesterday. I did like a really short walk, just like around my room, and then I sat down. The pain is pretty bad. It's just more like uncomfortable feeling. And that's because the J tube is too long. I don't know when I'll get it replaced. We gotta wait for them to get it and all of that. So I have to go through this whole process again, which basically means that I'll have to start like the whole healing process over again. The anesthesia they gave me when I got my buttons placed, I think it's called light anesthesia. It basically, they say most people do fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep though. It's just like enough to help you relax and not stress and kind of like not care. But you don't always fall asleep. Like I said, I didn't fall asleep. But I was just like relaxed and just kind of didn't really care what was going on. I guess kind of similar to what they give you like when you're getting like a tooth fixed. You're just kind of out of it. Not like asleep out of it, but like just let them do what they have to do basically. So I'm hoping that we get a date soon. I'm like really hoping, because this is just, it's been difficult to be in so much pain. I've had some leakage around the tube area, the J tube, because of it being too long. Not like bad, it's just like kind of like pussy a little bit. It happens with having a feeding tube in general. I am supposed to clean it once a day. And then if there's like any time during the day or whatever that, or even in the evening time or whatever time of the day it is, and it seems like crusty or anything like that, then I clean it again, but at least once a day. The Tubi pads really help on like catching like any kind of like leaks or pus or anything like that. So it's really came in handy. My nurse will either be here tomorrow or the next day. She either comes on Wednesdays or Thursdays, but she lets us know. I wasn't able to go on Sunday, which was Father's Day, because of my stomach stuff. I've just been feeling too bad. And then tomorrow is Wednesday, and I don't know if I'll be going to church on Wednesday either because I still feel terrible. I thought about going on Sunday, but I woke up like 10 minutes before time to go, so I didn't have time to get ready. And then I did have my mom text me a couple of times while she was at church because my dad was out of town for Father's Day seeing his dad, so I was home alone at the time. I mean, everything was fine. I was just nervous about like being in pain and stuff. But yeah, if the pain gets like too bad, I prefer to take my pain med like at night. That way I can kind of just like calm down and focus on sleeping and relaxing and all of that, because if I take it like so many hours in advance and I like can't take it at night. And it's not like I'm taking pain meds like all the time or anything like that, but with this tube being too long, it is pretty painful, so I do take pain meds if I feel like it's late to that point. But I'll let you know what the home health nurse says. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get some more extensions for my feeding tube, because I have the button now. We do have, I think right now we have 2 extensions for it, at least 2 extensions, but we want to get more of them. And I think that we get it from, sorry, it locked up. We have like 2 extensions right now, and we just kind of switch them back and forth, which one we're using. One I use to vent, and the other one we've been using for the J tube because I'm hooked up to it all the time. So, I think we're gonna ask, like, I don't think we asked the nurse. I think it's the, like, whatever, like, company we go through for our stuff, for my feeding tube stuff, if they could give us a few more extensions, because I think they said that I get 2 or 3 new extensions to my feeding tube button every month. So we should have plenty, but I think I lost my train of thought. I think the plan is like, even whenever we like tell the company and they start sending us more, we're gonna keep a couple as backup because it's better to have more than not enough. Like my backpack that I wear that has my pump in it, I also carry like extra formula. Like, since I've switched from those like sponge pads that that you just throw away, from that to the ones that clip on, which I've talked about that in a previous video. But basically, I think one plan I have is that whenever I get more extensions, I want to keep one in my bag because, like I said, one I'm hooked up to all the time. The one that goes to my J2, I'm hooked to all the time. But my extra one that goes to my G, I only use for venting. If you don't know what venting is, it's basically getting sick out of it. So I don't have to get like sick by mouth. And so I think when we get these extra extensions, it would be good to keep one in my bag just in case, you know, I can have things like candy that melts. I can have that by mouth. I can have gum. I obviously don't swallow it, just chew it, but things like suckers and hard candy, certain things that melt like that I can have. So like if I start feeling sick to my stomach, I can, you know, vent. And anyways, yeah. So things have just been kind of crazy around here. Thank you all so much for the support. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell. And if you have a question, comment it down below, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.